Alright, what is up, YouTube? Strom here, and I'm back with an unfortunate tower update episode. So, for those of you who may have seen the community post, I unfortunately suffered some rollback. I lost 3 days of progress, and as of this recording, it's the 11th of June. I waited the 3 business days from tech tree support, haven't heard anything back. And I have a trip tomorrow. There was the tournament tonight, so I was just like, I don't know. The only reason I even wasn't playing was I wasn't sure if like double dipping labs and like if they could roll me back, or I don't know how the situation gets fixed. But I was just kind of afraid of like double dipping, messing things up, and yeah, I mean the tournament's ending in an hour, so I just when I didn't see anything. At this point during my work run, I was like, all right, what am I to do, right? May as well just do my one run. And I cracked 1,000 waves for the first time, which is sweet. But yeah, so I mean, the part of the rollback that I think I'm only like, I'm confused because I got these tournament prizes from the last couple days. So I don't know if Tech Tree like retroactively gave it. I don't know. I'm very confused because I was at 710 stones before these gifts, which is where I was at in the previous video with the stone pack, I believe. But I was around 1,000 stones counting my weekly boxes, something like that. So I don't know if they just didn't reply to my email. I was at almost 2,000 gems, so that much hasn't been reimbursed. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But enough harping on that. I mean, this is a great accomplishment. My first 1K waves in champion. But a lot of champion brackets are looking like this recently, where you've got either multiple people at 2,000 or just, I mean, these are ridiculous numbers. So sitting pretty at about 12th. My history seems to be broken from what I can tell. Like, it erased the last 2 brackets that I did participate in. But then you guys see here, right? It says, oh, you got 13th. And then you got 12th. So, still pretty steadily at that point in champions. I don't know if I am going to be able to break into that 9 to 10, 8 to 7 range. We're getting there. And the other part affected here, I did, I bought the themes. Obviously, I got all that taken care of. I'll commit this in now. I'll buy some stones. My one click, but I did lose. I'm gonna assume anyway. I'm gonna assume I lost the 40 medals from my last 2 events since I didn't get to finish them. It was the random spotlight and landmines. So we will see how that goes. And then I don't know if I actually stopped playing the wrong amount of time, but I don't know if this will stop me from not getting these maxed. I don't know. But we're working on that. And then since this is all purchased already, that means Goldbot gets to eat. And it'll be a click in one of these more than likely at the end of the event. Guild Shop. I've been apologizing to my team because, I lost my contribution and I haven't been contributing for a couple days. So not much has changed here with Fetch. It's still just a weird cooldown. And you know what? Let me just say, I don't know if I have enough. I don't think I do, but we'll get it closer. Yeah, so I can get Fetch to sync with Steel eventually this week, so they're 2 seconds off. Not too terrible. And then, I know I mentioned in the last video, I will respec eventually. I don't want to spend the gems right now. That's kind of the big thing. And unfortunately, I did also lose my relic here because, as you guys can see, I have a tier 11 farm just kind of chilling off to the side. And I'll throw up the farm stats on screen, actually. It'll help a bit. So, you guys can see I got my medal there. And I just decided to push it. And unfortunately, I forgot my health regen card a couple of times throughout the past week. And that that makes you suffer a little bit in the coins. But even still, the fact that I as far as I can tell, the coin and cell gain is pretty consistent in tier 11, and it's shorter runs compared to tier 10. So I feel pretty comfortable farming there at this point, even with the lost progress. So that's where I will I'll throw my overnight once I'm done with done recording. And yeah, I don't think any like my stats or anything like that were affected, so we should be good there. So we'll just kind of work our way back with that. And then on to the workshop, the place I love to forget. So I don't remember if I put anything in. 52 damage, 53 health, I'm assuming. Yep. And health regen is at 5k, so everything's pretty much just chilling the same as where it's at. Damage and crit factor. Okay, this did get rolled back. That was, yeah. I remember I did unlock the damage per meter enhancement, so I did lose that. I think I got these to about 1.35, I want to say. But, we'll get that back up there. Health still around 1.34, regen every so often. We'll just put some clicks in there. Coin bonus is really expensive now, so that's like 2.5, 3 runs worth of coins. It's always worth it, of course, but slowly doing a little bit of balance in these. I'm going to up the cells a little bit. And then back in the regular workshop, obviously I have not used my stones. I haven't made that concrete decision. Initially, when I was planning to record on Sunday, I was actually just going to bring the cooldowns for the econ, I believe, down to 3 minutes flat, just so that way everything is synced. You got smart missiles and chrono field. It helps a little bit with the protectors. Like, yeah, my smart missiles obviously are not doing some amazing damage, but just having all that at the same time, all that extra damage bonus going off, I feel like that would have been useful. Obviously makes Galaxy Compressor just that much better. And then I can rather slowly work towards getting these even lower. Possibly tweaking around with Multiverse again is something else I've been thinking about. But that's kind of where I'm holding, because I think for the cooldown stones needed, like 2,000 or something like that I can throw in, would be about the same as getting Spotlight Good, which is not even including the unlock cost. So I'm still unfortunately leaning on the econ side here, as much as I do want to get Spotlight for econ and damage. I think the more consistent coin gain is going to help, especially with the gains that I've been seeing recently. So that's where the thought's at there. Cards, I know nothing's changed. The commons are maxed, and we are gonna go ahead and finish the rares. My goal is for this event. Going into Sunday, I had about, like I said, 2,000 gems saved up, so I was all good to clear this mission. So we'll just have to do another couple days of farming to get that back up. We'll clear the event mission, and then I believe like another 1,000 or so gems into cards should max out the rares here. And then I think it's like 10,000 gems or something like that to finish all my epics here. So I'm not going to go all in on finishing these, but I'm definitely going to put more weight into finishing my cards since I'm so close. But we're not going to be neglecting the modules. Since I was gem hoarding, thankfully there's no loss on the mod side except for the dice and And the levels, oh god, actually, now I'm looking at it, remembering roughly how many reroll shards I had. I'm a little sad. So dim core. Oh gosh, yeah, no, never mind. I actually lost. Oh, I did some rerolling on this, and now I'm seeing that I lost that too. That is rough. Okay. Because I did get the chain lightning damage on there. That was really helpful. I remember in the last tournament that I participated in. So, yeah, we're back to that. And then I believe that would mean this is probably back to, yep. Yeah, so this is the same. And, oof. Yeah, I had rerolled Sharp Fortitude also. I got some mythic stats on that. That's rough, man. Ah. But, you know, it's only 3 days, and realistically, I'm not going to get, like I said, I'm trying not to get hung up on it. Like, yeah, it's rough. It's like a little shock value up front, but all is honestly good here. I've been running project funding and tournament over, I can't even remember the name of it, Pulsar in tournament. I think I like it more, even though it's only legendary. The levels, I don't know, the effect on this I just think is not all that helpful when I'm getting closer and closer at this point with maxing out my workshop. That project funding just keeps exploding in its value, so that's kind of where the mods are at. We're just gonna hopefully get these, get the couple of pulls for these guys to get to Ancestral would be nice, and then the slow march to getting Multiverse up to Ancestral also will be a grind. So those are where I'm looking at. And the labs. This is gonna hurt. So I haven't done a run since the rollback, so this is roughly, I made about this amount of coin in the tournament, but this is also about the amount that I started with when I was rolled back. So I didn't really have a lot of cheap labs. I just kind of threw in Deathwave Health where this was, just so that I could have labs going again, because this was definitely unexpected. So lab speed, I believe, was actually at 7. Yeah, it was definitely at 73, on its way to 74, pretty close. Reroll shards, that was approaching 80. I don't know. Did I lose daily mission shards? Yeah, I lost the daily mission shard levels too, so I got to regrind those out, unfortunately. So yeah, I guess I always forget to use the history feature, but we were working on wall health. That was going to be going until max regen. I remember now. Balancing reroll shards, daily mission, and then lab speed. So yeah, I had finished daily mission shards, moved reroll shards into its place, and then I had slotted in orbs bot set. So since I was already going to go ahead and do that anyway, I just slotted it in for the time being. And again, Golden Tower, this is all just like temporary stuff. Once I get my overnight and I'm kind of back into the swing of things, we'll get back there. So just because of, how things ended up transpiring, I'll end up doing like a 0.5 video or so to this, just to see, roughly where I was at before before things went backwards. And if Tech Tree ends up doing anything also, then of course I'll include that too. But yeah, I just got to get back to farming, grading my gems again, and we'll keep improving our coin here. So I will. I gotta hit the bed because I got a long trip tomorrow. So appreciate you guys checking this one out, even though somehow I probably still managed to drag this into like 15-20 minute range. As always, I really appreciate the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day, great night, great afternoon. Peace.